DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
Welcome to INCRadio, Hawaii Pacific. Featuring the brothers and sisters of the Ecclesiastical District of Hawaii Pacific. Mahalo for tuning in. See you soon.
My brother Jordan Augustine from the local congregation of KL. I was gonna say my original locale, but from KL, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend so far. Today is Friday, which means it's another episode of INCRadio Hawaii Pacific, and our topic for today is managing a busy schedule, and we'll be talking with our sister Jasmine, who is with us right now. How's it going, sis?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you, brother?
I'm doing awesome, and we are not by ourselves. We have our wonderful co-host for tonight, Sister Julene. How's it going, sis?
I'm doing great, brother. Happy to be back.
All right. So yeah, today we're going to be talking about managing a busy schedule, and with our sister Jasmine, we're going to be talking story with her in a little bit. But before we go on, we would like to say special thanks to our executive minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, and our SEBC coordinator, Brother Angelo Iranio Manalo, for always allowing us to have platforms like this. And we'd also like to say thank you to our district minister, Ka Jem H. Baitan and family, and our Assistant District Minister, Ka Adora Postol and family, and our CFO Overseer, Ka Brandon Pacheco, and to all the other ministers and ministerial workers and their families in our wonderful district. And we'd also like to tell you guys how you can tune in and how you can watch. So you can subscribe to the YouTube channel by searching INCRadio DZEM 954, by clicking on the subscribe button and the bell so that you can be notified for new content every time there's INCRadio programs, especially for us here on INCRadio Hawaii Pacific. Sister Jolene, what we got going on in our district for activities?
All right, and just a reminder for our upcoming activities in the District of Hawaii Pacific. First up, on February 25th, we have the CWS 3-on-3 basketball. And for the island of Oahu, it'll be at Waipahu District Park. And then the next day, on the 26th, we have a SCAN special gathering, which will be at the Wahiwa Chapel for those on Oahu. And now, before we get started on our topic, we have a little icebreaker for us all. And our icebreaker question for tonight is, what is a hobby you've had since you were young? And if not, what is a hobby you're passionate about now? So for our viewers, please be sure to put your answers in the chat. But first, we will be going to our guest, Sister Jasmine, for the icebreaker. So, Sister Jasmine, if you have an answer for our icebreaker today.
Okay, so a hobby that I've had since I was young. I began at the age of 8 playing the violin. And ever since, I kind of stuck with it throughout middle school and high school. And I still play now and then. So, yeah.
And if for those of you watching don't know, I think for last year, for our 55th, we had Sister Jasmine playing the violin actually for our program. So super, super, super cool. It's great that you stuck with it for that long, sister. Personally, I actually played not a hobby since I've had a hobby I played the piano for a couple years. I should get back into that. But for now, we'll be looking at our comments. So, from our brother, our Ferdy Hunsai, aloha, good evening to everyone, but from Pearl City, hashtag Pearl City. From our brother Andre, good evening po and happy viewing from Lahaina. From our beloved Kashan, greetings all watching INC Radio po. And let's see if we have any answers for our icebreaker questions. Oh, a message from our Kajam. Thank you, brethren, for supporting our evangelical mission tonight. Praises be to God. For those of you who went, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah. And I'd like to answer the question too, if can.
Sure, brother Jordan.
So a hobby, and also everybody, if you haven't already commented, you can comment your answers too for this question. What is a hobby you've had since you were young? And I see brother Jaden's comment says singing with 3 E's. Also, Ate Lori says, does eating different foods count as a hobby? Yes, of course it does. If you do them every day. But yeah, for me, my hobby would be, um, I would say probably trying to learn new songs on guitar and try and just like jam it out. And then, yeah, I think that is one. I haven't done it in a while though, because work and school and all that life stuff. But yeah, before that, it was just trying to figure out some songs on the guitar, and just playing music in general. Let's see. Sister Sibyl is tuning in as well. She says, "Hobby I've had since I was young. I think watching anime counts as a hobby." Yes. Oh, I watch anime too nowadays. I only got into anime like, I don't know, 2 years ago during COVID, and I caught up on like plenty shows. There's this one show with the show with the nine tails. I don't know if you guys know that one already, but yeah, there's like a couple hundred episodes, and I caught up to all of it during COVID. So shout out to COVID. No. Um, for giving me time. No, but yeah. Let's see. Brother Kuya Bruce says, my hobby is hiking as well as exploring nature. That's a good one. Let's see. Ate Athea is also greeting someone. Oh, is also greeting. Happy anniversary po to Kajem and Kajeng. Happy anniversary po. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Let's see. Who else is out there? We have Brian tuning in from American Samoa. Good evening. Aloha and talofa from American Samoa. And yeah, we have someone here. Kamario Oka he says, good day here in the Philippines and stay safe, brethren. Greetings from local congregation of Brixtonville, District of Caloocan North. Right on. Thanks for tuning in, Paul, everybody. But Sister Julene, I believe we're going on a break soon.
I believe we are.
Yes, so we'll be right back after this break. Don't go anywhere. Be back.
INCRadio Macau Satellite Studio brings you
Isang masayang pagbati po sa inyong lahat. Welcome po sa episode na ito na inihanda ng INC TV.
We continuously invite everyone to tune in to INCRadio Macau Satellite Studio and listen to the words of God written in the Holy Scriptures. This Sunday, February 25, 2024 at 9 p.m. China Standard Time at Philippine Time. Visit INCRadio YouTube channel and click live now. See you there!
Last week, we talked about the importance of a healthy work environment. This week, we will deep dive into developing work relationships that last even after you and your colleagues have gone to different jobs. Tune in to INCRadio Hong Kong Satellite Studio this Sunday, February 25, from 11 o'clock a.m. to 12 noon Philippine time. Don't miss it!
Are you wondering where to go and what to eat here in Taiwan? With readily accessible places to visit and affordable food variety, Taiwan is a famous tourist destination. It captivates its visitors with beautiful landscapes, attractive landmarks, and local cultures. Join us as we talk about food must try, and let's also discover the best places to visit here in Taiwan. Tune in for valuable insights and be sure to catch more segments this Saturday, February 24, 2024 at 11:30 a.m. Philippine Standard Time, exclusively here on INCRadio Taiwan Satellite Studio. See you there!
You are listening to Iglesia Ni Cristo Radio, the voice of truth.
And we're back, everybody. Welcome back to INC Radio Hawaii Pacific. Sister Javin will be right back. She's just figuring out her camera right now. But while we wait for her, let's talk story a little bit, Sister Julene. How's it going? You just came from Philippines, You came back.
I did, brother. I was in the district of Isabela South, so in the provinces.
You brought back some pasalubong.
Pasalubong, of course, brother. Our actually our one luggage was dedicated to pasalubong, and it was so overweight that we could only fill one side, so the other side was empty.
What you got? All kinds of snacks.
All kinds of snacks, especially what's it called? The chocolate, the peanut.
Oh yeah, I haven't had
chocolate.
that in a long time.
Man,
Yeah,
it's I think they're all crushed now. So sad.
it's okay. Can eat them with rice. I heard is good. I never tried though.
For real.
I think I saw a video.
Yeah.
I saw a video of one of those like Filipino like content creators, the food ones. I'm like, wow, let's mix what is it called? Chocolate with rice. And then I think it was like for champorado, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh, that
Yeah.
sounds
I
good.
think it was with
That sounds
yeah,
good.
it was for champorado. And they're like, yeah, so this is it right here. And I was like, oh, looks mean. But I do see some comments that are answering our icebreaker question, which is what is a hobby you had since you were young? We have one from Christina Wilson says my hobby is gardening. Brother Jordan Payumo says my favorite hobby is hitting the mats and pads with Kashonda Strong. And Brother DJ from Wahiwa. Oh, right on. Danny M says my favorite hobby is hitting the mats and pads with the Payumos. Right on. And let's see. Ka Brian is also greeting Ka Jem and Ka Jeng. We have one from username Roxanne Manalo. Happy viewing po from locale of Kailu, Akona. Shout out to the Big Island. We appreciate you, everybody here on this island right now. Craig Bruce says he misses Chalk Nut. We have one from let's see, Pinky Aquino. My hobby used to be story writing. Oh, right on, Sister Day. Nice. And piano.
And piano.
Awesome. Right on. Ka Oliver Garbentina is tuning in as well. Thanks for tuning in, Ka Oliver. Shout out to everybody there in Naalehu. Let's see who else is on. And yeah, aloha from Pro City from Josiah Payumo. Right on. Thanks for tuning in. We have my Uncle Jason Oliparas tuning in from Kaneohe. Ka Erds is tuning in from Lihue. Happy viewing to all brethren worldwide. We have also at the CJ Barnache. I don't know if you read this earlier, Jolene, but at the CJ says happy Friday, hashtag Waikiki and Kaneohe. And we also have Sister April Torres tuning in. Aloha from hashtag Wailuku. Brother Jaden also says swimming with choke ease for his hobby. And yeah, I think that's it for now. But let's see if we can answer somebody's questions. So, Sister Jolene, you are probably busy with your locale and with. Are you in school right now? No,
I am, brother.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, how do you manage your time? With all that's going on, and we're so thankful that you also make time to help with radio. So, how do you manage your time, sis?
Honestly, brother, I'm still trying to figure that out myself. But with schoolwork and of course all of my duties, I always make sure to prioritize the most important things first, and the rest will follow. So I always try to prioritize my duties first, and then everything else kind of just falls into place. I always find time to figure out when I can do this, when I can do a little bit of that. But
Mm.
yeah, I mean, sometimes it is a little bit of a struggle, but
Awesome.
everything's always going to be a little struggle.
Yeah, I mean, what's life without a little struggle? Yeah, you gotta struggle a little bit. Yeah, for me too. So a little bit about me. I am a full-time student, so I'm taking 5 classes this semester. How much is that? Like 15 credits, huh? Yeah,
That's 15
15.
credits.
15 credits. Also, I work part-time. I was doing full-time last semester. So last semester I was like full-time work, full-time student. But this time, since I'm taking 5 classes, I had to take this one class that's like at a certain time. So I
Mm.
had to log in for that, and then I had to take off work for a little bit. But I am working part-time still yet. Full-time church member. So we help out with the locale as much as I help out with the locale as much as I can, and also part-time entrepreneur, I guess, where um, I travel back and forth to Oahu and provide services to for weddings and birthday parties and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, I mean, I don't know how I do it too. I just do whatever I can whenever I can. But of course, I put our duties first, worship service first, and then everything else will fall into place. Yeah. But that's all I can say for now. But let's talk story with our sister Jasmine. How's it going, sis?
Not the wait. But yeah, I'm back.
Awesome. So Sister Jasmine is our special guest for today. She is a med tech by trade, and you can imagine that she is quite busy because she is also a church officer as well. So, what can you tell the people what your career is, Sister Jasmine?
Okay, so by name, I'm a medical technologist, medtech for short. There's other regions in the world where we're actually known as medical laboratory scientists or clinical laboratory scientists, but no matter the name, it's basically the same career. So what we basically do is we we are basically um, working behind the scenes in a medical setting within a medical laboratory, helping out the doctors, diagnose their patients. So we kind of investigate through what we have from the patient. We kind of look more into it. We collect and run tests on their, you know, um, samples that we get, such as blood samples, urine samples, or even, like maybe body tissues. And we, from there, investigate and find out what's wrong with the patient, and then we let the doctors know so that they can come up with a full on diagnosis and help the patients get to better health. So,
Nice. Yeah. I mean, you guys can see she's still staying in her uniform. She gets scrubs. She got her name tag on. Still yet. So she just got back from work. Huh?
yeah, just straight from work to home. So, yeah.
Yeah, we appreciate your time with us here tonight, sis. And our next question for you is, what inspired you to pursue this career?
So, what really inspired me to pursue this career was I knew that I really wanted to pursue something within the medical field because I know that's where the stability was. Like, no matter where I would go, no matter where I would move to, I would always have a job. That's the one of the things that I had in mind when it comes to choosing a career. And but at the same time, I also wanted it to be something that I would love and enjoy doing. Right? I didn't want to do it just for the money. So I actually started out as a pre med major. So I actually began as a biology major, which I actually continued and pursued, and I actually obtained it. And it was during those years where I gained some laboratory experience, so laboratory research experience within a biochemistry laboratory for my professor. I did some pretty cool experiments within that time, and it was actually very recently where all of the experiments that I did and all of the data and analysis that I collected from my professor, he was able to incorporate all of that, all of those findings and the conclusions that he made within a research paper that he wrote up for in order to get it published by one of those scientific journals that it's pretty well known. I think it's called biochemistry or one of those scientific journals. So that's in the process of being published right now, and I really did enjoy my work there. And I was thinking of how do I continue this? Like, how do I continue working in a laboratory
Mm.
and while pursuing my dreams? And so it was during also that time during my undergrad studies where I found out about this career. Because the university that I was attending, which was San Jose State University in San Jose, California, they
Wow.
actually had a clinical laboratory science program, and I was curious about it because laboratory, right? And it turns out it would give me the best of both worlds. So I was able to work in a laboratory within a medical setting. So I was like, wow, that's kind of perfect for what I was looking for, right? So I did look more into it, and I noticed that that's not the only program that is available. There was multiple programs throughout the state of California, but I also looked into options out of state, and I realized that Texas Tech University had a program, and they also had an affiliation with Kaiser Moanalua in Hawaii. And I was thinking,
Mm.
oh, perfect. Like, that's kind of like my way of being able to go back home. I was actually born and raised in Hawaii, so I was like, oh, like why not home? So I kind of applied there, and I got into the clinical laboratory science program there at Texas Tech, and I was able to graduate at the top of my class, and I was able to,
Ooh.
first dibs on that clinical site in Hawaii because everybody wanted that, and it was very competitive. So I was able to,
Mm.
you know, I was able to yeah, get that spot. And I did my clinical rotations at Kaiser Mauna Lua in Honolulu. So
Mm.
uh, during that time, I was able to rotate through all of the laboratories that they had there. So it was the chemistry rotation, then you had hematology, coagulation, urinalysis, microbiology, and immunohematology, which is also known as blood bank, where they run tests on patients' blood,
Mm.
especially it's very critical to know like what a patient's blood type may be so we can give them the correct blood to transfuse. You can't just give the patient any type of blood. For instance, you can't give a patient with type A blood, type B blood, otherwise you're going to have a transfusion reaction, which
Oh.
will be very critical to that patient's life. I'm talking they may pass out, they may actually pass away in a matter of minutes. So that's how critical it is. This career is to, the lives of patients and their diagnosis and their,
Wow.
yeah.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for your hard work.
Oh,
And congrats for being top of your class. We have some comments regarding your career as well. So Sister April Torres says, I wanted to be a med tech with two heart eyes emojis.
oh,
Heroes behind the scenes, super interesting. And also from Ka Christina Wilson, very important and interesting career. Thank you, sister, for your hard work. So yeah, cool. Right on.
never thought
Um,
to be a med tech anytime. I'm 30 years old. I mean, there's med techs, getting their degrees and licenses like way, they're much younger than I am. So yeah,
yeah.
not.
Yeah, I think we have time for one more question. So, Sister Julene, you want to go ahead with that question?
All right, and for our last question of tonight, by the way, Sister Jasmine, this job sounds super, super interesting, but of course, you sound incredible at it. But
Oh.
again, for our last question, it's with a field schedule, how do you delegate time for yourself, personal relationships, work, and especially church?
Okay. So, if you know me, I'm actually from the local congregation of Eva Beach. So I perform my duty as a choir member there every week. And, you know, being a choir member, it can be very, um, there's a very regimented schedule, I would say, meaning like you have to be there at practices and you have to be there. You have to be there at the chapel before most of the brethren, arrive there. So for that, it takes a lot of dedication, just that duty alone. And and at the same time, I'm human just like everyone else. So I have my job, I have my family, I have other obligations that I have to take care of in life. And that's where, if you don't have a plan for what you need to do, what you want to do, it can honestly be very overwhelming. So what I do is I just write down everything in a planner, and then I just prioritize by what's most important. What's most important for me is my faith, as is everyone else here. I'm pretty sure that's what we have in common here, right? Is our faith. That should always come first. So I do prioritize my schedule around that. Then next would be my family. Of course, when it comes to work is important. That's my livelihood, how I make a means of living. But when it comes to family, I will always choose family first. So, you know, with stuff like taking care of an elderly at home, that does take up my time as well. So I like to arrange my schedule for that as my next priority. Then I prioritize my work, and lastly, I know I'm just very busy, but who isn't busy, right, in these times? And so with whatever little time I have left, I just have it for myself, my hobbies and stuff like that. And that's how I continually refer to my planner, or I mean, that's how I do it. I'm sure that's not the only way, that's not the only right way, but that's one way that's worked out for me.
All right, that was amazing advice from our sister Jasmine. Thank you so much, sister, again. And I know we might all have different schedules and some of us super busy schedules, but like our sister said, we should always prioritize our duty, our membership, our faith, and everything else will fall into place. Anything else, Brother Jordan?
Yes, there are some other comments from Dave Wilson. Sister, you are a great role model. Wishing everyone a very happy and blessed weekend. Right on.
Oh,
And also, Christina Wilson says, you're very good in time management, sister. May God bless you and your family. Hashtag Waiwa. And Sister April says, I'm a nurse, but I wanted to be a med tech. Right on. Cool. And yeah, God Joseph Roncall says, respect and God bless to many who hold multiple offices and still have a job. Thanks, God Joseph. Appreciate you. And yes, a lot of people are tuning in and also said their comments, but unfortunately, we are on our last stretch of our show. We do have some special thanks that we'd like to say. So I'll go ahead and say our special thanks for tonight, and then we'll call it a night for today. So a special thanks once again to our executive minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, our CFO coordinator and SEBC president, Brother Angelo Iranio Manalo, and also to our district minister, Kajem H. Baitan, our assistant district minister, Caldora Posto, and our CFO overseer, Ka Brandon Pacheco. Thank you again, everybody, for tuning in to INCRadio Hawaii Pacific, and we hope we see you next week at the same time. Aloha, everybody. Thanks again, Sister Jasmine.
thank you.
See you guys later.